I don't know. Wait, give me a second. I need, like, maybe I can... How to do it? There it is. Maybe I can... No, I can't. Okay, so you will never hear the sound, probably, of the in-game. Like, we can do this. Then you will hear maybe a little bit. So, there... Like, can we go... Yeah, we can go smoothly backwards. Try to jump from this middle platform where the block is falling as late as possible so you land on the end of the platform immediately. It's just a minor thing. It saves like, I don't know, half a second. And here, like, don't, like, this is unfortunate. Just get rid of these minor things. Like, we will probably see a lot of this throughout the entire run. But I mean, it's like prologue. You can save everywhere time, so don't worry if you don't save time there. Like, I don't want you to start resetting every time you make a mistake, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Can we pause with... Yeah, we can pause with spacebar, that's good. The screen resolution on the stream is right? Like, you can see everything. I hope you can. If not, if there's something looking ugly, like, yeah, you can see everything. Okay. Looked alright for your skill. Like, it's decent. You go for that. That's something I really do like. That, like, you are allowed to miss it. I miss it all the time as well sometimes. Just work on tricks like that, maybe. Like, whenever you feel like... I don't know how often you practice it, but I don't know, just sit down every day, 5 minutes. If you have really problems with a trick like that, sit down 5 minutes every day. Or let it be 2 minutes. You should have time for that. And practice minor tricks like that. Like, let's say, every day, if I want to get better at Celeste, every day I sit down 15 minutes and 5 minutes each I practice one of these minor tricks. And you will do that for 1 week and you will master the trick by that point already. So, my freaking cat. And at that point you will be like, you know, you will be alright. Yo, Dana, you are doing great so far. I mean, we are only 1 minute in the run. You go for the reverse typer here. It saves around 2 seconds and it's a billion times harder. I would recommend you just to do a normal short jump hyper and go the casual route. Yo, Adam, how you doing? So, I have prepared for this. Like, whenever I need to show you something, I can show it you. Like, I have my Switch set up and everything behind that. So Adam, today we do like just a bunch of analyzing because I really do like it to do something like this. So yeah, what I want you to do here for now, like once you get, like, you can look at it. If you really want to go for this thread, then I don't hold you back. But this is something you don't need for now. And if you just wanna like have a fun time with the game, just go for the casual route. So, okay, yeah, you can do it like this. You can also just like do what you did previously. I will just boot up Celeste and show you what I want you to do. It's like the thing I've used for several like weeks, months. Like I started to use that reverse hyper once, I don't know, I hit sub 35, sub 40, something around that. So, okay, there's a person that wanna be my friend. So what I will show you now, we go to, oh shit, this sound is now super loud. Nope, we need to change that. No, options, make it, I don't know, 2. Now it should be alright. The good thing is there's like a checkpoint right here, yeah. So what I want you, when you get up here, like you get momentum of the room. You can do like wall jump, and then I just want you to do this. And that's like the fastest way to do it. I mean, quite obvious. But yeah. Let's see how the rest of it goes. Like, you don't need that reverse hyper. The reverse hyper, the extended part of it, like, is really advanced, and it's something you shouldn't be working on and looking at. Yeah, we are talking for Shelane. Like, I'm not even going for the corner boost. Here you can look for a wall bounce, which is like a little bit faster. Here the problem was that you didn't delay your jump. Yo, Tesla. Like, you need to work a little bit on your movement, like consistently hypering, but what I want you to do on the last zipper here is to, like, once you get on the zipper, like, can I go just a little bit backwards? Yo, why are we now ahead? That makes no sense. Professional streamer. Yo, why? What? That makes no sense. Okay. So. You jumped there, you jumped there like way too early. Once the zipper hits the peak, you have still a lot of frames where you can get the momentum off the zipper. So just jump a little later and then use all of your momentum of the jump and then dash later so you won't get stuck down here. That's alright. Like, you can... What I like to do in the room is use a dash jump. Like, okay, wait, we have the worst setup for that, I feel like. We'll change it up a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. But what I like to do there... Oh, we reset. So what I want you to do... Oh, the sound is delayed. What I want you to do here is, once you are here, you do a dash jump. And you hold jump like as long as you can. Then you will land on the tramp and then you go for a diagonal dash downwards. You're super happy and super safe. That's like the best thing you can do there. That looked nice. Like, that was the simplest thread you can do there. Are you going for... Yeah, there you need to do a wave dash from the air. This saves like a second. Maybe like 2 seconds as the reverse hyper. You can also just hold on to the zipper until you get like to 45 minutes or even 40. I will explain it after this chapter. So yeah, there's nothing that big. Like, I mean, it's city. As long as your city is, I don't know, something around 140, 130. If you stop dying, this is very doable. Then you can be fine with your city for the rest of your life until you hit, I don't know, sub 40. Once you hit sub 40, you can go back and say you want to improve your city. So just work on the minor things I told you and try to be more consistent in your city. But city is like not the most important thing. You can leave your city like this for now. Okay. Yeah, if your average is 128, then go with that. That's like a really good city. And I don't want you to look at your city again and want to improve it until you hit like sub 40. Because city is like very short and not the best place to improve at. So wait 1 second. Tesla yesterday? No, on Thursday. So 2 days ago. I started to have this donation goal you see under my event tracker. Where people can donate/tip me to get to a SpeedCon, a German speedrun marathon I'm attending in April. And people just went crazy, and I said for every 50 euros we get, I will do an 8-hour stream, so that's what we are doing right now. Yo, people here are not as young as you are. So, I mean, I could criticize all of your movement stuff, but that's something I don't want. I want to look more at strats. First. Yo! Nero! Was machst du da? He is... I don't know what he's doing. Whatever. You try to do an extended wave dash. I assume you are more comfortable with extended wave dashes than extended hypers. At least for this, like, at least here, I do like the extended wave dash more than I do like the, no, fuck, that was not the right thing. Then I do like the wave dash. Like, the hyper is a lot nicer there than the wave dash, because it's easier to set up, I would say. So, whenever you die, I found it hard to get the trick again. Where is my... there it is. So, what I recommend you to do when you get there is... we need to, by the way, figure out a better setup for this next time. Like, this was all great and stuff. And for the transition, I recommend you to do here a dash and then a hyper, and then you're great. But when you die, I never have done it with a wave dash. Myself, I can get it done. But what I recommend you is to move a little bit forward, like to this rock. Take your time. Like, going under it is a lot better than going the regular way. Like, look at this, how slow that shit is. Like, I don't even, like, know how to do this. So, just go a little bit forward whenever you die. Like, imagine you die, then you spawn here. Go forward up until to, like, this spot, and then try to do an extended hyper. And even I do fail, do you see? Oh. Come on. And that's like the spot you want to stand on in order to do an extended hyper. You can also try to do it with a wave dash, but yeah, then it depends on from where your wave dash is coming, or like starting. Like you see, my wave dash, like I jump off here, so you need to do the jump a little bit more earlier. Like you need to do the second dash a little bit earlier because you are already further. You know, when I'm doing the hyper dash from here. You see? Then I'm... Oh no, wait, yeah. No, if you do the hyper dash, you need to dash, you can dash earlier. And if you do the wave dash, it's like, you see how early I'm on the spikes already again? Like, I don't know why this is like it is. But the wave dash is a lot easier, I would say. Oh. So yeah, let's go back on track. Oh, what have I done? Whatever. Like, I mean, I want to teach you stuff like this today. Like, you see how often you struggle with it? This trick saves 0.5 seconds, don't be too greedy to get it every time. I haven't done it until sub 45. This was not optimal. What you can try to do is something I do there. So yeah, give me a second. We are here. Like, this is just something you can work on. Do it hyper, dash through this block, hyper, hyper. Like, this is even an ultra. If that is too hard for you, then your strat is like legitimate, like a legitimate option. You can also, I don't know, just do an hyper here and do an hyper here. Like, it doesn't matter that much, but just to want to give you an idea what you want to look at a certain point. No, nobody ever said that to me, Tesla. Interesting sentence. So no, I have not an easier way to do that. Oh, wait. Frick. I've started your video again, but without showing. Just press once back. Like, just test it, and you will know if this is a thing for you or not. But what you have done there is perfectly fine. Like, dashing here, jumping, like you even use a jump out of the green blocks. Do you jump here too? Yeah, nice. That's all good. That's all looking good for your skill. There you might want to do a second hyper, but hey, it's fine. Are you going? Oh, you're going for the diagonal already? The only recommendation I can give you to that diagonal is you wanna like you don't wanna, when you go downwards, you don't wanna land on the ground. You wanna dash immediately upwards again. Like, I hate to switch all the time back and forth between my Switch monitor and the other monitor, but I have to do it because I wanna show you stuff and blah. If you have trouble all the time, you can just like look how I play better, worse than you. If you have struggle there, then I recommend you doing this and then jump. Like, this is a lot easier and it's not that much worse. Like, you can just do diagonal, or horizontal even. Like diagonal, dash forward, assign you a little bit. Like, you just need to get the rhythm done correctly. But if you want to go for the diagonals, you can, like, somewhere around, like, I would say here, you dash diagonal. All diagonal dashes has to be immediately, because you see I'm now grounded and then I will die. Even though my position was like sort of right. But once you get grounded, it's like going to be a lot harder. So you wanna time it if you go for diagonals. But what I recommend you can just also do, you can also just go for this. And it's like maybe a second slower or something. It's not that much. And like, I really do like that you wanna go for hard tricks. But it's something that's not really necessary for you yet, if you understand what I mean. Like, you wanna look not at hard strats that top runners are doing, you wanna look at easy stuff that is consistent for you, and you wanna work with that. Like, okay, that was an unfortunate death, but stuff like this happens all the time. So look, like, your time is 110, and strat-wise, you are doing like alright, but you died like so many times because you do harder stuff. Like, you wanna enter battle in around 45 seconds, 40 seconds on your skill, maybe even 50. But you are already 20. Like, 50 is not so great, and oh shit. 50 is not so great already, but you're already 20 seconds behind, so you wanna work on that. Like, on simple strats that are working for you. And once you are more familiar with the game, you cannot work on harder stuff. Here, like, you go for the jump. That is a valid option. Like, do you know the hardest strat there? Like, the thing I do? Like, yeah, you're actually fine with that. Not going to break that down. Oh, interesting backup. Okay, we need to look over that. Sort of. You know where Animex takes place? About a few hundred meters away I live. I was there a ton of times, to be honest. Oh. So one thing I want to show you, or like I will show you both things you might want to look at, but you don't in particular need. I mean, as I said, you want to look more at easy strats that you can work with. So this is one thing you could do here. But I don't really recommend. You can also just dash jump, extended dash jump, and then do what we're doing. I mean, it's like totally fine to go for that. But at a certain point, you wanna maybe go for this. When I started out, I was like super slow here. But yeah, on the finishing line of this room, you can dash up like immediately after the second dream block. You can dash up upwards, and you get a wall bounce of the ice block. Like fuck. Like immediately upwards, and you can do like this. If you are uncomfortable with this wall bounce, you can also just like dash upwards and do this. But it's really hard to... Oh. Frick, I'm a professional streamer. Okay, so here we are. I'm sorry. So one thing I wanted to do, like I was just talking in this room, like about gameplay. So what you can do is, besides walking forward, like you see how slow this is and blah. Oh, we don't want to... Okay, never mind. We don't want to do this in particular. You can do this. It's just like an extended hyper off from here, then 2 wall jumps, and immediately dash diagonal. And there. You can go on the second dream block, you can go for the wall bounce here. You dash immediately upwards, and you get the wall bounce off the ice block. And then you're like hanging here. Like I can show you real quick. Then you are hanging there, and you can just do a full jump. If you are uncomfortable with that, you can also, you know, just do this. Stand here, you have a plenty amount of time and go up. Like, this room isn't that hard, to be honest. Like, technically. It's just like, it's a little tricky to get the hang of this room. Okay, so back on your video. Oh yeah, no, fuck. I forgot the initial, like, thing that wants me to play myself. And it's like the upcoming room. Like, not this one. This one you were doing fine. But this room. When you are up here, you want to stand around where I stand. And you just want to do an extended hyper. Like, it's not how long you hold jump. It's from where you do an extended hyper off. Because if you like do it... Okay, now Madeline kills me. But if you do from far back, like now you see I'm far back. If I do an extended hyper... Oh, fuck off. You get stuck sometimes. Like, okay, I don't get stuck, but I'm not getting where I want to. Like, sometimes you get stuck here and it's so annoying. So, what you can do is... I play awful this morning. You can, like, stand around here. You just want to touch the coin by a little bit. And then do an extended hyper. And hold jump down all the time. And you get that coin guaranteed, sort of. And then you can go down here. Then you go around this block, blah, blah. Your life is happy. Yeah, if you have a hard time doing extended hypers, go to epilogue. Like on a casual file, go to the epilogue there. And like I will show you after this chapter where and how you can practice extended hypers. And blah, so yeah. So yeah, we go further into this. You go for the wall bounce, great. You mess that up a little bit, but it's alright. Interesting jump. You don't need to jump out of these dream blocks. Is the gameplay showing, though? Is the gameplay showing? Yeah, it is. Okay. What is your strat here? You might want to learn to fast fall here, but it's not really needed for you yet. Okay, that's I don't know what I've done when I was like less, like when I was low, like when I was at the point you are. I don't know what I did there, but like you don't want to do what you did there. Yeah, you want to collect the coins in order, like top left. Is my mouse showing? Is my mouse showing? No, it's not. Okay, can we get our mouse shown in this? Okay. So you wanna collect like top right, then bottom right, and then left. And you might wanna wait till all the battlins are going through. This only loses like what? A few seconds. Like as long as you don't die in this room, everything is fine for you, to be honest. Like you did beautiful there, you didn't die, so as long as you don't die in this room, I don't want you to really work on it for now. Wait, what happened there? Like, why were you stuck there? Oh, you just fell off. Yeah, you wanna, from that little platform you fell off, you just wanna go to the dream block, but that's something you probably know. So, a wake section is really, really tricky, and I could just say to overwhelm you with that. With a hard strat. So technically, like let's see how you do a wake section. That's actually so far not too bad looking. Like you can go on with that awake section. So yet again, just don't die like in the few rooms where you had a lot of problems in. Don't die there, work on them a little bit, and you will do great in the future. So yeah, I hope you find that helpful so far. Yeah, like 9 deaths is way too much. You wanna work on your like old sides to get to like a time of 2:45, 2:30, something like this. And with a maximum amount of 3 deaths or something. And I think then it's really doable. If you practiced with like old side to a point of 2:30, 2:45, and you want to get there, but you don't be able to get there even if you only die 2 or 1 time, or like 3 times, then message me and I will just look on your old side, because yeah, then the problem might be your strats. But I really think you can, like, what was your time? What was your time there? It's like a 3-minute. Like, yeah, you can totally get to like 2:30 if you just don't die in the beginning. Like, your battle-in section was really good. It was just everything before battle-in where you died like a bunch of times in an unnecessary way. That's like the only thing you need to work on. You can move earlier there. You can move already when Madeline is like on her starting position. There a little bit of waiting, it's okay. Going down here is faster. Like, once you collect the key, like what I do, once you collect the key, just dashing downwards, and that's faster. Yeah. It's like, that's what speedrunning is all about. So, in this room, oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Okay, before we do anything, because like extended hypers, like everything after chapter 3 is where extended hypers come into play. So I will show you where I learned extended hypers the most. And like the thing you wanna do is you just learn strats with extended hypers and you try to do them. No matter how often you die, but you actually need to do them in order to get good. But if you wanna practice extended hypers, you can go in here, and here you have the most flattest ground you have in the world, and you can just like try to get extended hypers. Like take your time, like I do right now, and try to get extended hypers. You can sometimes try to get reversed extended hypers. You can sometimes try to get extended wave dashes. And do this like every day 5 minutes. And that will just build up muscle memory. And then when you learn a strat with an extended hyper, or you try to do a strat with an extended hyper, then you can do it. Like the only thing you need to look at is if Battleon's hair is pink. And if you want to practice reversed extended hypers, like for chapter 1 for example, you can stand here. Then you can't accidentally do like just a normal extended hyper because the platform is too small. And you can try to get reversed extended hypers there. Like off a corner. Like you see how bad I am at them. And just try to, like every time you feel like you wanna improve your movement technique, just jump into epilogue and goof around like I do right now. I really do like this place here to like practice movement. Like simple movement you can practice here really well. And yeah, just do this. Because in all, like I will give you a simple strategy for that one room, for that first room inside of the hotel. But as long as you don't die there, the room is not too painful for you. Because, I mean, it's like one of the worst rooms in the entire game. I hate that room. You get ignored totally. I don't ignore you. I do my job. So yeah. Like a strat you can do that works both on death and transition cycle is, like I first showed you on death cycle, is you respawn and you just wanna like get to this box, dash jump. You can also even go slower. Like I don't know how confident you are with your movement, but you can go super slow, like fuck, I messed up the cycle. You can just wait here, go under, like once the dust bunny here, once it passed like you, like in front, you can go for the extended hyper, like now. And oh, don't do this. You can go for the extended hyper, like you see. Now it's time, and then do the extended hyper and dash forward, land on the block and do another hyper. You don't even need to do an extended hyper from the second block. You can just like do a super quick hyper and then you're safe. This room needs really a lot of practice because it's one of the worst rooms in the entire game. Believe me, as long as you don't die, you should be fine till like sub 50, sub 48, sub 47. But just something you might want to learn when you ever find time. So yeah, let's watch more. Okay. That's okay. What you did there. Wait. What exactly were you doing there? Okay, yeah, this, like... you take it super slow, it's all fine, but you wanna, like, get to a point where you use the faster strat. Okay, there a super simple thing you could do. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. There a super simple thing you could do is, like, first of all here, you can also just like walk past this, fall down, like when you respawn. Walk past this, and do a wall bounce off here. And this room, on transition cycle, I do a dash jump, dash up, hyper dash immediately. Then you can go even for that diagonal dash. That diagonal dash is like a little advanced. You need some time to get to learn it. If you are on death cycle, like you die, you can just go for the same, like you can, like the dash jump is a lot harder because that dust bunny will be around here when you die. So you might even just want to walk up, be here, and dash under it. But the hyper dash under it, like as soon as this, like this death bunny, this dust bunny, that death bunny, yeah, that dust bunny up here, as long as it's not like on your on like between the gaps, like when it's completely like on the most bottom and the most like on the top, as long as it's there, you can just hyper, and you need to experiment a little bit there for the timing. You don't even need to do an extended hyper, like you can just do like your most normal hyper, then you fall down here, like I will show it quick. Oh, never mind. Like walk up, be here, and then you can just dash here, collect the key, don't miss the key. That's like one of the worst things that can happen, and you are happy. Just a minor thing. Like that's an easy way to save like a few seconds because you were really slow there. Yo, Liquid Mars, how you doing? You go for the, yeah, that was beautiful. Like you are able to do extended hypers. Like it's not a problem. There the wall bounce, that's the same thing I did when I started out. There you might want to hyper dash off from the middle platform, like that's the exact same thing I do, but that looked okay-ish. Wall bounce, nice. What is your strat here? Yeah, there you just need to work on your extended wave dashes, or your wave dashes in general. Like it has to be an extended wave dash, but once you get like I think the problem there was not your extended wave dash skill, it was the fact that you were too high in the air and you got not like a wave dash. Let's look. Yeah, either you delayed your jump a little bit too much or you were too high in the air. That sometimes happens. Well, fine, no crabs from Sweetie for you. I'm kinda okay, still a bit slimy, but better. Yo, you will get there soon, Liquid Mars. And Tesla. No, I don't want to eat something. I mean, I have all I want to eat here. So yeah, what is your strategy here? Do you go for the hyper? Okay. What was the exact problem there? The problem was you jumped too early. So yeah, but you got it second time, so I just guess you need to get consistent at it. Like, work sometimes per week on some levels you don't really like and you have problems with. Okay, there you were really like slow trying to get everything done, but the strats are looking okay. You wanna start copying more from other runners maybe? Like whenever you have not an idea what you want to learn as a strat, you can just watch my old runs. You can watch runners that are like only 5 minutes faster than your time, and you will get an idea of some easy strats there. So yeah, or you can just like, I don't know, when your goal time is sub 40, sub 45, you can just go out and watch my specific runs of these times and try to learn from them, because back in the past, like before I hit sub 40, I used very easy strats. I learned like 90% of them when I started out. So when you go with these strats, you will do fine, I guess. So just the point, like just to give you an idea where you can learn something. So huge mess room is something that might be really interesting. You wanna go like when you're on the first wall there, you wanna go there for a wall bounce. Like, here you want to do a dash jump first, here you want to do a dash jump too, and you want to do a wall bounce here. And, like, it's just, like, probably the fact that you're not that as confident as moving around as I am. So, yeah. I mean, it's a huge mess room. It's like supposed to be a mess gameplay wise, but hey, that looked not too terrible. This hyper after you talk to Oshiro was not so necessary. I like the idea that you wanna try to hyper around as much as possible, but that was like, you should do a dash jump there or just dash diagonal upwards, but don't randomly hyper when you don't know what to do. Here you might have gone for an ultra. The struggle was real, but you survived, so everything is fine. How you will handle this room? You will handle it really slow. Okay, so on transition cycle, or even on death cycle, you can't skip the dust bunnies there. And that's exactly, like, you don't want to skip them in particular now, but I just want you to be a little faster there. Okay, so then I will show you something you might want to do in Huge Mess. Oh, we started at the wrong point. So this is Huge Mess. So what I do, like, you do hyper, talk to Oshiro. You do a dash jump and dash upwards here. You might want to do a climb jump here. Then you can do a wall bounce here, walk all the way to this side and do a diagonal dash. If you're uncomfortable with the diagonal dash, just dash upwards and do a bunch of jumping. Dash upwards, dash jump, dash down, dash down, dash down, dash forward, dash down, dash jump. Sometimes, I don't know what it is relying on, but sometimes I'm able to squeeze under here, just dash jump and you're fine. Like, you're doing exactly what I do. Here you do want to do another dash jump. Here you might want to do a wall bounce. If you're uncomfortable with that wall bounce, just dash jump upwards, and maybe you want to do like here a little bit of a climbing. Like just hold climb and you dash here. Here you can do a dash jump and you most of the time land somewhere here. Like you most of the time land on this platform actually, but I don't know why I'm not getting it. Anyways, you will be here, jump, dash, diagonal upwards. Just try to stop as less times as possible. Like my threads are not as far optimized. Here I jump, dash, jump forward. Here I do a diagonal dash. God damn it! A diagonal dash, dash forward, dash downward. Like just look what I do and copy it because it's not so hard. Here you got the right idea, but you were not executing it. Like do a hyper dash, dash diagonal downwards, dash forward. If that's too hard for you, okay, we can't really show it again. But if that's too hard for you, you just like do the hyper, land somewhere, like land somewhere here, jump, dash forward, jump over these dust bunnies, and you can skip that platform. Like the middle platform you can skip with one dash across it. And the next room is where you can save a lot more time. Like the next room is not at hard at all, but a lot of people don't know how to do it. You do a hyper dash, another hyper dash, then you can wait here if you're like, if that's too risky for you. Like just do, like it even works on death cycle. Like wait here, do a full jump and you're fine to go. Like this is a, like if you just would have done this, you would have saved 5 seconds in this room, like compared to what you did. So yeah, let's continue watching what you are doing. Oh my gosh, you're trolling me, aren't you? Holy shit, you're just triggering me so hard. I mean, if you ever go to Animex again, tell me. I live in the near. Oh, nah, I don't need that, Tesla. I was just confused what you were saying. Yeah, I didn't read one sentence. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. This is fine what you're doing here. Just don't die. You probably know how to not die there. You're not doing the spike jump yet. It's fine. But then don't die. Like, not dying in this room is super easy if you're not doing the spike jump. I can show you it real quick. Like if you're uncomfortable doing the spike jump. Like what you can do here if you're not confident going for the hard thread. Like wait, I will reset it once again. So transition, you're here, and once that dust bunny goes up, you can do this, and you're safe to go. So here, if you're not willing to go for the spike jump on transition cycle, walk forward, dash, climb. Oh come on, I'm not getting it. I said it's so easy, but it's actually really easy. Like, do you do there a dash jump? Maybe not. But yeah, walk forward, dash, climb up here, dash, dash, easy. Or just do the spike jump. And on death cycle, I don't know this room on death cycle. Wait a little bit, dash, climb up, wait a little bit, dash. Like this spike jump really is really handy here. Anyways, let's continue. We are only 10 minutes in your run. And we are streaming for 40 minutes or something. Okay, that was weird. I probably do explain too much. If I explain too much... Okay, there you want to go for a hyper dash, like you did there, and you just want to hold climb and climb that tower. Like, it's very simple. And yeah, you probably know what you want to do there. You could have just like... Okay. That room gave you, like, here. Do a hyper dash. Do a hyper dash, get on the tiles. Okay, I'm so urging to show it to you, so I can't hold myself back. Yo, have fun in the cinema and tell me what movie you're going to. So yeah, I will show you because I can't not show you it. It takes a lot of time away, but whatever. Like, you were doing fine here. You wanna, like... I like to skip that cutscene at the point of around here. So you can go for a wall bounce. But that's like a little advanced. Here, like, it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you don't die like I did. And here, like, on transition, you just wanna dash diagonal and hyper dash again. Like, you do an extended hyper here, like, because a normal hyper doesn't really work, because you get stuck here and you get stuck before that bookshelf. But if you do an extended hyper, you get over it. Do an extended hyper and do another hyper. Doesn't even have to be extended, because you get your dash back through the screen transition, then dash diagonal and the hyper dash off here. If you die in this room, do this. Super safe, super easy. This room, you were doing fine, just don't die. You might wanna aim for that wall bounce. If that's too complex, you can just climb up like I did. Here, hyper. Like, I like to hyper, like, do a quick hyper here. 2 quick hypers. So I will land somewhere here, so I can go for an extended hyper. And here you just... like, I do this, and it's working perfectly fine. You can also, like, do this. It really depends on what you're more comfortable with. If you are not, like, getting the extended hyper like I did there on purpose, you just do this as a backup, which sounds really obvious. So yeah. And yeah, Like, you had a little bit of struggle there, I actually don't know why. But this room is really... Yeah, you were doing totally fine. There you were not in position for an extended hyper. You tried to be too fast. Yeah, don't try to diagonal dash under that platform like you did there. Like, don't try to get with a diagonal dash to the Jewel. Just go for the wall jumps, as I showed you. So yeah, towel section, I don't expect too much from you. Okay, it seems like you don't know this strategy there. It seems like you don't know this strategy there. And then you go for Death Cycle. And do it super slow. Okay, so this is one of the easiest rooms once you know what to do. I can just like say again, do what I do. But I mean, that would be too easy, right? I mean, we are already sitting down here. So, when you are getting here, the only thing you need to do is to stand here, hyper, dash forward over the dust bunny, hyper. That's it. Super easy, super simple. On Death Cycle though, this room is really hard. I sort of recommend you to just go back and do it again like this. If you are super nuts, go on Death Cycle, like do a short hyper, do a long hyper and then a short hyper. So you can go under the dust bunny, but that's super advanced. Or not super advanced, but it's super hard to get. You can also like just do this, but then you need to do here an extended hyper. So yeah. I wanna go back. So yeah. Just be here, like you get to feel, skip him, dash up here, hyper, dash forward, hyper. You wanna dash around the height of the dust bunny forward. It's not really that hard to time it. Do this room a little bit and you will get it pretty quickly. I will guarantee you. Like, this room is not that hard once you know that strategy. It's like a part of the tutorial. You go for the wave dash. I don't know what this diagonal dash was. Just go a little bit slower here in this room. Like, you don't need to do crazy dash jump strategies. Yeah, you don't need to go super crazy fast in this room. Just avoid the dust bunnies in a natural, casual way and you're fine. So what you are doing here is going to be really interesting, I guess. Okay, you do perfectly fine. That's a totally valid strategy till sub 40. Once you hit sub 40 or beyond, you want to go for the cycle skip. We see the gameplay, right? Yeah. Looking good, looking good. Like, your resort has been looking really good for your skill. You just died a bunch in simple rooms again. Like, this is, it seems like your biggest problem. And you're not moving as optimal. And you're losing a lot of time by this. So just try to stop losing time in stupid ways. Like, not going from A to B, like, directly. Like, you sometimes jump around in weird ways. And that's like the biggest time loss you're receiving. That's a totally valid strat, but if you don't like the wall bounces, there's something a lot more optimal you can do there. Oh. So we go to elevator shaft, not shift. Like, you did exactly what you need to do in this room. And this room, like, there are multiple ways. You can just walk forward casually. You can go for a wall bounce off here. Like, Oh, I tried to show it. Like what I did in the past was like doing this and then dash jump, and then you can like just walk forward as I did without jumping around and go for the wall bounce on the wall underneath me. You can also just do a normal wall jump. Like you don't need to save time on everything. Don't die in rooms is like the most important. So if you're not willing to go for the wall bounces in this room, just do this. Fall down. You do this. It's super simple. And on Death Cycle, it's like a little bit more trickier. Or like it's a little bit more tighter, but that's it. On Death Cycle, the only problem is that it's a little bit more tighter. But you don't want to wait in this room at all. And yeah, you can use this till sub 45 or something. Don't go for demo dash. If you can do demo dash, go for it, but it's not needed at all. If you wanna help on demo dash, tell me. I can explain it to you, but for now we look more of your run. But you don't need demo dash at all. It saves 12 seconds optimally done, and it's like a little tricky. It's like not as hard as people mention it sometimes. And you can technically do it, but it's definitely not necessary. And I really do like the idea of going for the 4 hyperdash room because it improves your hyperdash skill, technically. You did this beautiful. Well done. Looking good in this room. Here you wanna do climb jumps, not just climbing upwards. As long as you're pressing up and climb, you won't hit the dust bunnies on the other side. There, a little trick. Oh, I will show you. There's a little trick. Okay, I can just like, you know. Oh. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we haven't, you know. Yeah. I see. Give me a moment here. Oh. The muscle memory is too strong. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Shit, I keep forgetting that. I think I thought I did it. Like, I'm just getting to... I want to get to Ushiro's section. Again. Granby, stop laughing about me, dude. Like, this room you did nearly perfectly fine. You didn't die, as I did. And... hello. That's like all that matters. Here you just want to do climb jumps. You can go for this, but I don't recommend it. Just do what you did. And now for Ushiro. The thing with this cutscene is, the earlier you pause, the more, like, if you pause before you are mid-air, you will start grounded. And that's the thing you want. If you start airborne, you don't want to do a wave dash, you want to get to the ground and do a dash jump. So watch me. Look, I pause before I'm airborne. And if I now skip the cutscene, I start grounded. And then you want to do like an extended dash jump. Extended dash jump. Hello, that was a hyper dash. Extended dash jump, extended dash jump, dash up here, hyper dash. That's what you want to do. The problem with your thread is you were doing a hyper dash, you got stuck on that little corner. Like, I want to show you again. You got stuck on that little corner and all of your cycle is messed up in this room. In Ushiro room. Like, it's probably not that big of a deal, but just some minor things you want to learn from. Like, get to the ground, because now you were stuck there. You don't build up any momentum, so just try to build up momentum whenever it's possible. Here, on this block, I recommend you going for an extended wave dash. Extended wave dash of this block is something that's a lot more easier than an extended hyper dash. And don't dash diagonal, dash horizontal. Like, just do an extended wave dash. It's a lot easier to time and to get, because the platform is so small that the extended... Okay, it seems like you don't have a real strat for this room, so I will teach you that. I just want to get through Oshiro section all at once. Here, yeah, go under, wait, it's all fine. Do you go for old strat? Oh, you... Oh, okay. That was freaking lucky, I would just say. And that was unfortunate. Okay, I need to figure out an easy strat for you there. Okay, don't wait that long, dude. You had like multiple times you could have just gone further. Okay. What is your strat here? I don't even know my old strat in this room, but I tried to figure it out for you, because my old strat was not that hard and was very easy. Oh, you're playing on the Switch too. I see. Yeah, so demo dash is a lot harder for us than it is for PC people. Okay, it seems like you don't have a real strat for this room, so I will give you a real strat, so you won't die a billion times here. Like, this room is a pain in the butt, as you see, as you play. So, we want to get rid of this. Like, you don't want to... Okay, yeah, I totally see that you have no idea how to play this room. Yeah, okay. We need to work on your Shiro section. Your Shiro section sort of looks okay in the first glance, but overall it sucks. Your Shiro section is not that great. And we wanna work on that. Okay. I will show you the entire Oshiro section, how I would do it for you. So yeah. When you die in this room, just climb up here, do a wave dash. Like, you see how easy an extended wave dash is? Like, okay, I'm more skilled than you, but extended wave dash is something I still do nowadays if I'm not feeling confident enough in doing the extended hyper, because you need to be on the very left to get an extended hyper off this small platform. Just do the wave dash. Do the extended wave dash, is a lot easier to get. The next room, I will just show you a transition strat, and just don't fail it. I don't even have a very own death cycle strat there. Yo, less than perfect. How you doing? So transition strat is hyper. Oh, it's not hyper. We messed it up. Okay. Return to the map. I want to show you that that strat. But technically you just want to hyper off the ice blocks. So here, dash jump, extended dash jump, dash upwards, hyper, dash upwards, wave dash, and now I try to get this. Hyper dash, bunny hop, hyper dash, bunny hop, hyper dash. Off the ice blocks you wanna bunny hop. And please and thank you. Wait, why is everybody wants to get coached? Like, you are better than me, dude. I'm not the great coach here. Like, I will even coach Granby even though he's better. Here, okay, I will give you the strat I'm using. I've learned this from the get-go. Like, I've learned this when I started speedrunning this game. So, dash jump on this trampoline, delay your dash, hyper dash jump, dash upwards, hyper dash. You might want to wait here if Oshiro is messed up for you, and just go further. Like, once more, dash jump, delay your dash a little bit there, I didn't delay it. Dash jump, delay your dash, so Oshiro is a little bit higher than normally. Hyper dash jump is really safe here. If you don't want to go for it, I actually don't have a backup for that. Just do one hyper and dash forward maybe. and you wanna wait here for Shiro. Like, he's probably on a different spot because you play a lot slower than I do, but this is technically what you want to look for. I still need to play Hollow Knight. I own it, but I haven't even played it for a single hour. Hollow Knight is a great game. You need to play it. I just finished my first attempt on Hollow Knight True Ending in 2 hours 44. Yo, congrats on that, dude. I hope I will do better than that on Sunday and Saturday next week. This upcoming room, just hyper into it, dash upwards, go under the dust bunny. I will never want to see you going over it because it's a lot harder. And okay, this room, I need to figure out a strat, by the way, now. I think you can go like for this. Then you will, like when you do this all the time, you will always jump off a Shiro. If you don't want to go for it, you can also just do a dash jump and go under it. And yeah, this is technically what you want to do. Like either hyper dash, do this, then you will land on the Shiro. You have all the time in the universe. Don't get like, don't try to be too fast in this room. Yeah, no, the dash jump sucks. Do a hyper dash, jump on the trampoline, jump on the Shiro. Watch out for that dust bunny though. I didn't. Okay, you don't want to be too fast. You have all the time in the world. Okay, this room is a lot more trickier than I remember it. Yeah, I've been meaning to play it, but got caught up in Celeste. Guess I should get on that now that I've stopped running Celeste for the past like 5 months. Yo, dude. Go out and play that game. Like, I really don't know what you should do here. You might want to watch one of my old runs and see what I've done there. But like the advanced thread, like you can experiment with that, like short hyper dash bunny hop and go over it. But that's like a thing I had a lot of problems with when I started. Yeah, I know Adam. I know Adam. My strat for this room is hyper dash bunny hop, dash over there, dash here, dash, wait, dash. The Shelane with a 55-minute run. Like the thing is, okay, if you go for this, wait a little bit here. Like you probably don't even have to wait there. You can also go for the under strat, but just don't die in this room is like the most important thing for you. And don't wait too long. Like when the dust bunny is at the, like, all the way down or going up, you can go for it. And you just waited there like, I don't know, 2 cycles or something, which is not really good. But I have no real idea right now to do this room. Oh, I see. Okay, in this room, I will show it on death cycle, but it's also working on transition cycle. You, like on transition cycle, you do the hyper from the previous room and do just the bunny hop somewhere around here. But if you die, you wanna do hyper dash, bunny hop, dash forward and just hyper into the next room. There's an easy transition cycle. I can't show you right now. Look through my old runs until you find a smooth transition cycle. But I think it's more important to show you a good death cycle because you died a lot here, so you will probably use that more than normally. If you want to use a death cycle, just hit retry when you start in this room. Like a lot of people tended to do death cycles in this room, even on transition, like they just retried on purpose. So what I want to do here, if you do on death cycle, you do a full hop hyper dash onto this trampoline, dash forward. Like I will just do it once and retry at the end hopefully, and then I will try to explain it. So this is technically what you want to do. You do a full hop hyper dash, dash forward, hyper dash, bunny hop, dash upwards, delay your dash, dash forward, dash, dash, wait for a Shiro here, dash forward with a bunny hop, hyper dash, wave dash, whatever you want to do here. Like here you can experiment a little bit. Just try to do it. And whenever you find a problem, try to find out another way. Like you just need to work on your extended hypers and extended wave dashes for every thread. But I showed you how to practice them, so there shouldn't be a problem after a while. And just try to get them done. I know it's a little hard to get extended hypers done in the beginning where you are, but you need them. You need them so much in this game. Like they need to become natural to you. So once more. That was not a full hop dash jump. Like that's super easy, and that's what I used back in the past. It's like not the fastest, but oh come on. Like you see, there are so many things you could do that could go wrong. You can also wait down here, and you can just like go forward immediately. And watch out for that last bunny. I want you to wait a split second on this platform. Oh come on that second last platform. I want you to wait there, because sometimes you might run into that dust bunny. And for backup, I can't really show you any strat. If you mess up your strat in this room, it all comes down how good you can play this game, because there's not a real backup strat. And wait here a little bit, see if the dust bunny is out of the way or not. Don't be too greedy. You will probably be greedy, but don't be greedy. It's not worth it. And then you're done. And I don't know. Look to get, like with your strats and stuff, like what was your time? Your time was a 9:03. Try to get a sub 7. That sounds a lot, but it's very, very doable. Like here you can see it again. It's a 9-minute resort. That's not so fast, obviously, but you can get like sub 7 or around 7 minutes with your strats. Honestly, that's very doable. But it just needs some work and not dying. Like, let's see how often you died. You died 24 times. Imagine you die less than 10. And you get your strats done every time, and you don't slow down stupidly. Sub 7 is very, very doable. Like, you did actually a great job strat-wise, but you died how often in the last room? Very, very often you died there. That's okay. It's really slow, but that's like a single room optimization. You will probably get better naturally. Okay. Okay, don't go for a diagonal dash there. Do what you did there. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do there. Okay. Okay. Okay, to this point. Now I will show you a few things. Yeah, that's also something. Like, I don't know how possible it is for Shelane, but Shelane actually doesn't have too many bad strats. It's like, how often have you run this game, Shelane? So here, your strat was fine. You can do this if you really feel like you want to do hyper dash, dash into that bubble, dash jump into the bubble. You want to hyper dash off this platform probably, but this will come, like this will become natural once you play that game more. Yeah, like this is not like you will improve naturally. I just want to give you an idea here and there. Here, like you dashed into the water and you just ignored your, like, come on. You just ignored the option that you can hyper off from this. So what you can do here, which is very easy, you dash like here, without holding forward anymore. Then you will land on this block. Or just somehow get onto this block. Do a hyper dash and then jump off from the water. Here, just do a bunch of hypers. Like, if you die, it's like bad, obviously, but just try to figure out a way, like, I don't know how to do there. Some hypers. Don't do full hypers. Here, you wanna do an extended dash jump, and then you are here. Then you are great. Then just hyper dash into that bubble. Dash forward all the time. And then you wanna do something like this. To be here. And then you wanna do an hyper dash. Like, not a long one. If you do a full hop hyper dash, you will be somewhere here. You do a short hop hyper dash. Like, just where you press jump very little. And then you go under here. And then you wanna do a cloud dash jump. If that's too hard for you, you can do something like... I don't know what my old strat was in this room. Like, you can also just go here. Oh no. No. That was not my old strat. My old strat was, I think, that. If you are not confident in doing dash jumps off clouds, which I can totally understand, then you can go also for this. Oh, but don't waste your dash. Dash forward, hyper dash. And the next room is very tricky. I will once show you a transition strat and once a depth strat. So transition, do a short hyper, dash forward on the moving platform, extended hyper off of that moving platform, and you will be through. Like, it should look like something like this. If you don't get the extended hyper off this platform, you will have a problem. You can also just, you know, wait a little bit, but you need to press forward. Like, just work on your extended hypers again. And on Death Cycle, you can just, like, extended hyper dash upwards, extended hyper dash upwards. Like this. These are very simple strats for that room. You can also, I just realized you can also just do this. I never have done this. I just learn while I'm explaining stuff. That's great. I never have done this. So yeah, that's very simple. That's all doable for you. Do that. Like, you see, you have a lot of problems in this room, which is totally understandable, because this room, there are moving platforms, there's heavy wind, and if you have no idea how to deal with it, you will die a bunch of times. Like, when did you start it with this room? You finished it with 150, with 55, 53. You started with 38. You started with 38. You took in a room that takes like 4 to 5 seconds. It took you like 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. My math is wrong. 15 seconds. It took you 3 times longer. And that's like probably the case in most rooms for you now. So you just wanna work on strats in every room. You wanna have a strat in every room. And you wanna be confident with it. I feel like we go way too much into detail. Like, we are already streaming an hour and something, and we're not done with one run yet. We're not even halfway done. That's okay if you don't go for the spike jump. I've explained to you once the spike jump strategy and stuff. Just, you need to practice it. You go for the double wall bounce? Okay, you at least go for one wall bounce. That's good. Do you go for auto scroller skip? Well done. How consistent are you with auto scroller skip? Okay. I will play real quick to that point. Which block? Yeah, then it's fine. Yo, Granby, don't troll us, dude. Don't troll us. Okay, so I will show you once again what to do and how. Like, here you can technically work on faster climbing, jumping, but that will come over time. Here you might want to do like this, but if you're not confident with that, I was also not in the beginning, you can just like cloud jump dash, cloud jump dash. Here do neutral jumps, and once you're around here do a wall bounce upwards. I showed you that once, so I won't go into detail here really. If you need that, tell me. Here you go for the double wall bounce, that's all great. You can go for double wall bounce here too, but it's super hard on Switch version. Don't get me wrong, on Switch version this double wall bounce is incredibly hard. One recommendation I can give you here is to do the hyper dash before this block. Before this, not block, but before this rock. Like right here you want to do the extended hyper dash and you want to hold jump as long as possible. Okay, I was not getting it because we got out of the menu, which was acceptable. But yeah, I want to show you once. Oh, come on. We do it too early there. Maybe you do it later. I don't know. I have no idea about this trick anymore. It just works for me, but... like, when you are around the rock, when you are on the rock. Here... you can go for double hyper, but it is really hard. At least I had a lot of problems in the beginning. You can also just dash jump hyper, dashward upwards. If you don't get your dash, like if you don't get an extended hyper here, or if you're not confident in going for that, you do a short hyper and jump off that platform. And here, I want you to climb up. I want you to climb up, like you are here, climb up. And once you climbed up, you do an extended hyper. It might be really hard for you in the beginning, but that's a lot faster. Like, just climb up, extended hyper, dash diagonal. You will always get it, most likely, when you get the extended hyper. It's just something you need to get used to. You can go for the horizontal dash, but the horizontal one is a lot harder. You can just go for the diagonal. It's a lot safer. Here you can just, like, consistently jump upwards. Fall down, wall bounce here. Dash twice forward and do a corner boost, but that's like advanced. You can also just dash twice forwards and then, I don't know, jump. Or like dash twice forwards, jump, like do a mini hop. Dash twice forward, let you fall, and then dash forward again. But yeah, let's get to your run back. If this is all too fast to you, I will upload the video on YouTube where you can like pause and stuff. So yeah, in simple rooms like this, just don't die. But that's like an obvious one. Do you go under it? It's fine to go over it. You know what I do there. Learn this once you want to. Okay, I will show you the strategy here. It's like, when I've learned this, Bentisi said in this video, it's one of the hardest strats ever. I got it first try, but I was so inconsistent with it. But I understand why you're not going for it. This room looked fine. You don't need to go for this. This is like super... like, it's a little precise. You can just use the block. So, let's go back to our gameplay for a second. Okay, so we do our business here. You can go hyper dash on this cloud, hyper cloud jump. But that's something I would recommend you once you are more confident, more comfortable with moving around in this game. And here, this strat is like where it becomes like interesting. You can go for reverse hypers, but I never went for reverse hypers. The other thing you can do, and it's hard to explain, but I will do my best, and is You go on this platform, you jump like a tiny little bit, you don't do a full jump, but you don't press any direction, and then you try to do a wave dash off of this one block. It sounds incredibly hard, it looks incredibly hard. Just try to practice it every now and then, and try to do it in your runs, and you will master it eventually. Because that's a billion times faster than what you are doing. I will just show you. That second one is a lot harder. Like when you start out, you will fall off way too short. You won't be able to reach the bubble. If that's the case, you can also just like you can also just go for the block and be happy with that block. Like do this. If you're like not getting it, because getting to that bubble took me like ages to figure out for me. In this room, you want to do that dash jump, but I think you did that. Yeah, you can also reverse extended hyper off that. I find the wall wave dash is easier. You can go for this. I really do like that you want to go for it. Go for this. It's a lot easier, safer, and more consistent. I didn't went for that mini jump to skip the block till I'm at the point where I'm now. Like I've learned that the past month or something. In the past 2 months. Do we have your gameplay again? Yeah, we do. So let's watch it. Okay. You don't need to wait for the block in particular. Like you don't need to move along with it. Like you didn't die. As long as you don't die in this room, everything is fine. But over time you will probably move like more faster in it. Okay, I understand why this room is a little tricky for you, falling on that one block. I can't really explain you something to that. You just need to get it done correctly. Yeah, don't go for the cycle skip here. It's like really advanced. So now heavy wind section is going to be interesting. That's the part where I died like as well a billion times. How to do this room even? Oh yeah, that's how you do it casually. So that was fine looking. Don't diagonal dash, dash horizontal. Like I will show you easy strats afterwards. The same as we did with Oshiro. Okay, yeah, I understand why you have so much problems with moving around to this room. As long as you don't die, I would say it's fine. But I will just give you a brief idea of strategies. Unfortunate. I don't know what my old strat was in this room anymore, by the way. It was probably a super stupid strat. But honestly, your ridge is really good. Your ridge just needs to not die at stupid places, but that was a really good ridge. Unless you die like 5 times now. Okay, yeah. Don't die in this room, you know what to do there. That was actually a good ridge. Normal climbing? When did I set that? So yeah, here you just wanna get ahead of the block so you can mess up technically something here. And yeah, you don't need to do any special things here. Here you can do like hyper dash. Yeah, here you can do hyper dash, dash upwards. And then you, like, the wind will carry you to that block. You need to figure it out. You can also do it the way you did. It's like, oh my god, I'm not getting it. I haven't done this like in ages. Okay, in like 2 weeks or something. Maybe you don't want to do this. And then you can technically go for the wall bounce. But yeah, you can just like also be a little slower, wait till the wind is gone. I'm really not able to get it right now, I'm so sorry, dude. There we go. Here, just do like, I don't know, an optimal way to get to that block. You can do a dash jump, I guess. You can do like a dash jump off of this room. But yeah, you were doing fine in that room. And you don't need to skip that cycle. You can go for this fancy thing. So, okay, here. What I recommend you is you do hyper, 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 hyper. But the second, like these two hypers are very short, so you will start somewhere here. And then I want you to do the longest hyper jumps you can do. You see, like, learn the timing of your jumps, like learn how long you need to press jump in order to land on the platforms. Which is like technically full jump. Here, yeah, go for, like, I'm unable to go for the casual thread anymore. What I did, I let go of the D-pad for a moment there. And then I jump. And then it would look like something like this. But you did perfectly there. So this room is a little bit more tricky. You wanna do, like, it's not tricky, but you wanna hyper again, dash upwards, and then you wanna hyper. So this room, I will show you both transition cycle and death cycle, how I used to do them. Or like technically I think I learned that also in the very beginning. It's very hard, and you won't get it done, but just to have an idea. As long as you don't die in this room, you are doing technically fine. Oh. I was doing terrible wrong there. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Oh. Like, how? Yeah, now. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing wrong. Like, when I explain stuff, I'm unable to do my strategies. Sometimes the snowball, like, you need to figure out how you have to avoid the snowball. Because the timing might be a lot different because you're slower / faster than me. But yeah, you can just go for this, but like, I try to explain. Hyper, bunny hop, dash forward, hyper, dash upwards. You can also do this, then you will most of the time avoid the snow block. And on death cycle, you do dash jump, hyper. And if you mess up something, the only thing you need to worry about is not to die. Like I did nearly there. This room is awful and hard, and if you die, you will hate yourself. So just try to avoid death. Like, avoiding death should be, as I said a billion times already, your biggest priority. Here you can go for like quadruple spring. It's totally fine. You can skip the first spring, which is like a lot easier than skipping the first two. Like, you can just do extended hyper. Oh, you can just on transition, like, extended hyper here and then like do this. The next room, I don't know, I think I did something like this. I don't know what I did in this room. Yeah, I did something like this. So I did full hop, hyper, short hop, hyper, full hop, hyper. Do this. You need to experiment with that room. That room is really awful. Like the one with these tiny platforms. Here you can go for this, but you don't actually need it. I went for this, like, I just learned it not too long ago. But you can't skip the second cloud. Like, just go for a cloud jump and skip the second cloud, like this. And here, like, you're fine if you do this for now. Like, you were doing good in the last room besides the fact that you died once. So just don't die in the last rooms. I hope I explained that well. I feel like I rushed through that, but I don't want to spend like too much time into your run. Like, we are not halfway done yet. We have 22 minutes of your run watched. And your run is 53 minutes long. And we are streaming for 1 hour 36. So yeah, Mirror Temple is probably going to be a little bit more messed up. If you skip, like, it's not so hard to skip that bubble, but I understand why you do not skip it. I will show you the easy way to skip that bubble. The only thing you need to do is an extended extended wave dash. I will show you that in a bit. Like, I try to get there. Like, no, we will watch your run. Don't go for yeet, I like it. Like, you don't need to go for yeet. You don't need that platform to move fully downwards. You can get like the momentum off of it really early on. Nice recovery though. Okay. So yeah, we will watch it till you get into the mirror and then we will talk about like the few things I saw. But actually, that's really good so far. Like, for the fact that you died on the way to the bubble, like that you didn't skip the bubble. Okay, that's unfortunate. But you were not too much time behind me. You were not going for yeet, you were not skipping the bubble. And you were only like movement-wise a few seconds behind me. So that beginning is technically really good. Like, you just need to work on the bubble skip at the beginning and don't die in stupid ways like you did there, and your beginning is really great. You wanna be looking to get into the mirror at like 150, 145, which is very doable. More like 150. You don't need to be spot on with what I said. So yeah, I will show you quickly what you need to be working at. Like, I will just show you a walkthrough of what I do and try to explain it. So here you can do an hyper bunny hop, dash forward, dash twice forward jump, dash forward jump. Here you wanna do an hyper off from here. And what that does is you hyper, jump, dash forward. Like, you don't, when you hyper and then jump off here, you don't do an hyper off of this platform. You just dash forward. And what that does is, and you jump afterwards, you get launched like this. But you need to jump. Like, if I don't press jump, that happens. And if you jump, like dash jump, then you will be launched up, and then you just do an hyper, like, okay, let's get that route again. Like, and now hyper into that bubble. All great. That is totally fine what you are doing here. Now to that bubble skip. You can go to the bubble, but it's like really bad technically. You can just like wave dash off this little platform, land on this platform. What I did in the past is, like, when I landed here, I dashed once downwards so the platform is in the right position, and then you jump back here and do this. That's all you wanna do. like dash once downwards, jump around like here, and do a wave dash. Like your wave dash wants to be somewhere, like wants to be on the later half of the platform, like on the more left half of the platform than on the right half. That's why you do this. And that's super easy and super doable. It might look a lot harder than it is. Like going backwards is super hard. Or not super hard, but you know, like once you get up here, wave dash, dash downwards, wave dash. That's how you save a bunch of seconds. In this room, like when you die, like on transition, you don't want to press this bubble. You can make it, but it's a lot harder if you press anything in the bubble. And on death cycle, you wanna press dash in the bubble. That's like just a little cheat. No, I can say you. Then you do your thing. You wanna, like somewhere around here, you wanna dash diagonal. Then you get to the bubble. Like it's, I don't get it all the time, but you optimally wanna get into the bubble. Dash diagonal with the bubble. Like I show you once what I mean. You do this and then hyper. And then you like get perfectly in front of the door. Then you wanna do like more hypers. Skip that cutscene. Move forward. You don't need to do the yeet. And you did everything perfectly fine for skipping the yeet. What I said you earlier, you don't need to move the platform all the way to the bottom. Like you see, yeah, you see it there. So when the platform is around, like is like more higher than like when the platform is already at the end of its track. So you wanna dash upwards and then just jump. Dash upwards, dash upwards. Like you need to delay it a little bit, but you don't need to lay it till down here. You can like do it from around here. Just experiment with it, get the timing done. You wanna dash upwards. Yeah, post it, less than perfect. Then hyper, dash down here, get on the platform. I think that's what you did. Hyper, hyper, hyper. The first two hypers were all long hypers, like long hyper, long, like no. You get like somewhere like here, and then you want to do a long hyper. No, you get here, long hyper. Yeah, you want to do a long hyper. You want to do the longest hyper you can do in your life. Long hyper. It don't even have to be extended. You can also like, I don't know, do a dash jump if you don't feel like confident in doing it. Long hypers. Hyper, hyper. Get into this block. And here, around here, a little bit further. Okay, that was bad. You wanna dash diagonal a little bit after the candle. So, there. And then you get perfectly into the bubble. So I will show you once more. Like you dashed somewhere like here, and then you overshoot it. You wanna dash like immediately after that candle. Boom. You see how you get easily in that bubble then? And here you just like can do this and don't feel too sorry to wait. You need to just get a feeling for that room. I was not getting it because I was explaining stuff. But yeah, you will get a feeling of how to avoid these spikes after a while. But honestly, your beginning was really good. And there you go. Will be useful for my all A sites. Yo, what is this thread? Open. Yo! That looks sick. Yo, I might want to use that. I don't know about you, Shelane, but it looks a little tight, but you can experiment with the thing that Less Than Perfect posted. It doesn't seem that hard to execute. It's like the same with I don't know, something that's super similar to that, but I can't, like, get right now in my head. Okay, less than perfect CS is free. I can't really explain how to do an optimal seeker room. Look pretty good. You will get a feeling for it. Sometimes I get an optimal seeker room. Okay. Yeah, it's fine to wait for the block. To not wait for the block. Honestly, like, it's definitely not the most optimal way, even for, like, sort of beginner level. But you're getting it. Like, just watch the tutorial and try to copy and paste strats from there, from Bentisi. Is like the real only thing you need to do. Okay, it seems like you don't have a strat for this room. Or your strat is very bad. Like, you can go for what I go for. Yeah, we will show that in a moment. Like, I will show you what I do for already, you technically know. But honestly, that was not too bad. Just watch what I do in that last seeker room and try to copy and paste that and learn it. Nicely done. That's like the only thing I have to say about that seeker section. Otherwise, that seeker section was really good. Like, besides that few mistakes at the beginning, you're sort of around the same pace as I am. Like, okay, you are a lot, like, you are a minute or something behind, but I mean, that's alright if you think about our time difference. Now you die. It seems like I need to show you an easy way to get through this room. Because you don't know what to do. Like, you do just 2 wall bounces. I will show you that. Oh, Theo section will be so interesting. I guess. Like, new runner Theo sections to watch is something really interesting. But hey, you are like a minute and 20 behind my paces. My regular paces, so that's really good. I never was looking into the programmatic tutorial, so I have nothing to say about that. You know, I can't recommend something I don't know anything about. Like, I never watched programmatic, so I don't know how good / bad it is, like a tutorial of him. I have no idea. So it's the same if I would, like, I don't know. I never ordered a pizza on that specific pizza service, and I recommend their pizza. Like, I never even tested it. I never even know how it tastes, so how can I recommend it? That's the same with programmatic. I have never watched it. Yeah, it's more up to date, but I feel like Bentisi covered, like, the baseline. Like, yeah, like, honestly, Bentisi's videos are not the greatest. Like, I had a hard time getting through those videos. But the knowledge I got out of it was really helping me. So I'm actually thinking about doing tutorials, like, a lot quicker ones myself. But I don't know if that's really something needed. So yeah, I will show you some easy ways to get through search section. Like, technically you were doing fine, you just died too many times in, like, easy rooms. Oh, I'm so bad. Yeah, like you can also watch Oddbot's like movement stuff. There you get like an idea how to do all the movement tricks. Like I've talked with you a lot about all the movement things, Shelane. So that shouldn't be like that much of a problem, to be honest. So yeah, search section. Skip the cutscene, dash jump. Like that's, I want to show you a more optimal way. Oh, the gameplay is not showing. But like there was not that much to be shown, to be honest, yet. Listen to less than perfect. Yeah, Yoshi Pro is using very easy strats. But he's a movement god, so he's like still a good player. So the only two problems I saw were in these two rooms. So here you want to go for like, you don't want to fast fall all the way down. You want to fast fall a little bit. Because otherwise the seeker will be stuck on the left side and that's a problem. Like I can show you. Like if I fast fall all the time, first of all I die. But if I fast fall super long, you see, okay, the seeker, I don't know what the seeker was not going where he should go. Okay. There we go. The seeker gets stuck over there. That's a problem. So fast fall a little bit, then stop fast falling. Do from the bottom moving block, do an extended hyper. Wall bounce upwards. Dash upwards, use the trampoline. Like, and here there are multiple ways. You can wait for the block and use its momentum. And you can also just like go for a wall bounce there. That's what I do. And this room is super simple. You go like, you dash up here, wall bounce, like jump, wall bounce, jump, wall bounce. It's like this. It's very similar to the things you have to do in chapter 1. But the fact that you actually have a wall here. And in chapter 1 you have just like tiny blocks you're wall bouncing off. And here you like do dash, wall bounce. Here you can go for a hyper, for an ultra, but it's not really needed. Like you can also just like hyper, climb up here. Here are multiple strats. You can go for this. You can like go for the crystal. Like, yeah, there are multiple ways to do this room. I do this. Then wall bounce here. Don't wait. You waited there a little bit. Like, it's okay. Like, you probably have to think about what to do. That will become something more natural for you to consistently moving forward. And now, yeah, now we will see probably the most hilarious part of your run. From a more professional perspective. I hope that helped you. Like, you died in that one room like 2 or 3 times. It was really unnecessary, to be honest. It's fine to not throw Theo over it. I teached you once how to move around with Theo fast, like with dash jumps. I mean, you can do ultras and hypers. But yeah, you can technically just go out. Like, I will show you an easy, simple way of Theo section. But yeah, you're losing a lot of time just because of the pure fact that you don't know a strat in a room and that you have no idea how to move around with Theo. And you try to do Theo hypers, but you don't know how to use them. That's like sort of a problem. That's alright. Yeah, that you can keep that. Just, yeah, you don't die, so you can keep that strat though. Like, I will... Okay. Good that you reset. Good. That was actually nice. Like, a lot of people would have tried to get Theo in there. From, like... That was also totally fine. Just, like, you need to watch my runs and see where I do dash jumps on Seekers and try to experiment with it. Do you know how to dash jump with Theo? Like, are you 100% sure how to dash jump with Theo? And because it doesn't look like it there. Okay, you go for something super crazy, I will show you an easy way in that last one. Okay, I will show you how to dash jump. I honestly don't have to agree with. Like, 5B to play it on a way that it is like time saving is super hard. I mean, it's a B side, people. Okay, so we will show you now like some, like how, like I will show you now the bread and butter of Theo section. So when you're carrying around Theo, I don't have an input display, but when you're carrying around Theo, I will show it once very slowly. And you want to move fast forward, you throw him, then you dash, and then you jump. And if you do that quick, like it's like let go, throw, dash, jump, and press throw again, or press climb again. What will happen then is this. Oh, that was a hyper dash. What will happen then is this. If you do it super fast, it looks like something like this. It's just like, it's like the same if you have your keyboard. I will press the keyboard and you do this. Like 3 button inputs in a row. And then the first button again, like. I think you can hear it that way a lot more better. And that's how I do the dash jumps. And dash jumps are totally fine for you till, like, I don't know when. Like, oh, that never happened. Dash jump, like, just let go of throw, dash, and then jump, and press throw, or press climb again. Like, climb and throw is the same button, you know. And that's all you want to do there. And that's how you move around. And then I will just show you an easy way of going through all of these moves. So dash jump, dash jump, dash jump, leave Theo back, like you don't need to do the Theo wall jump. That's a little bit more advanced. Dash jump, dash jump, dash jump. Avoid the seeker. Dash jump, dash jump, dash jump. You will land hopefully on that seeker. You just need to practice it. But you see how much faster I am than you? There, I need to talk a little bit about. You want to dash jump here, you want to walk forward, and you want to dash jump like underneath that block, like that's right in front of me. And what will happen then is you will trigger that seeker. And then you want to get like rid of Theo, and you want to jump on the seeker. You want to land up here. And just throw fists, like, yeah, we were pausing, so that's why it not work. But yeah, you wanna, it should look like something like this. And then you can do even a hyper dash, but you don't need to do that. Here, you did something totally fine. I even die, look how bad I am. But yeah, you wanna consistently use dash jumps, but know how to use them. If you don't know how to use them, then, like, you will probably use more time. Here, you did it perfectly. Just throw him off that platform. You don't even need to jump. Here you can go for the fear boost, but it's super hard. Like, I had so many problems learning that fear boost. I will just do it for the lols. Okay, I'm not even able to do it right now. Like, yeah. You did totally fine what you did there. But yeah, you see how often I use a dash jump and how much faster I am because of it? Like, once you mastered this, that should never happen. Once you mastered it, you will like become a lot more. You will become a lot faster in Theo section. Here, what I want you to do is stand right here, dash jump, dash jump. Okay, come on, never mind. Dash jump. Why is this not working? Ah, I think I know what I do wrong. You dash jump off here, then you jump like normally. And hopefully land on the seeker. Like, the timing is a little tricky. And it seems like I'm not getting it right now. Which is really... Why am I not getting it? Okay, there we go. I walked a little bit further. And did an extended one. Oh, not extended, but a little delayed one. Anyways, you just want to avoid that seeker. You can also just like do something like this. It's totally fine as long as that seeker is not killing you. And you can like press that button and go like this. It's a lot faster. Figure out your way in this room. Like, it should look something like this. And that's a lot faster. Yo, Laugh, how you doing? And here you wanna use, like, this room is super tricky. I want you to use dash jump, dash jump, dash jump, dash jump. Okay, we were on death cycle, that's why it's not working. That's unfortunate. Don't overgreed. You know, you need to learn the rhythm of that waves, and that's like the only important thing. You need to know when you need to stop because of the waves. So dash jump, dash jump, dash jump. Now we have to wait because we are on death cycle. Wait, dash jump, dash jump. Now 2 waves. Like, there will always be like 1 wave. No, wait, I need to do it again. But yeah, it will be something like you get into the room and now wave, dash jump, wave, dash jump, wave, dash jump, wave. Like, I messed it up because it's on death cycle, but I don't want to go through it. You can watch my run, and there you see how I do this room. You can lose a ton of time in this room. It's not too bad if you do so, but you want to learn it. But your chapter is really good. Like 725 is not too bad for your skill level. Try to get to like sub 7 is very easily doable, or low 6 minutes. Yeah. So continuing your run, getting to chapter 6. You want to dash jump into upwards dash into that first feather. There you... Ooh, nice backup. But, okay, never mind. You know what you need to do there. It was at least a good attempt. You nearly made it. You don't want to avoid that 1 feather. You don't want to go that much around. You just want to be like... You only want to go around the middle blocks of that section. Man, my mouth hurts, by the way. But yeah, how you doing, Lev? Today we coached a little bit of people. Because people wanted, it seems like. Or at least, yeah, like a few people wanted and then a lot of people wanted. So, these early rooms, there's a lot of improvement that can be done. But as long as you don't die, you're fine. So, you're doing good. Like, Reflection is such a hard chapter. Where, like, Reflection is not the hardest. But Reflection is the chapter that punishes you the most. So try to not die and learn Battle in section, and you should be all right. To be honest. Do you use a control stick for feathers, Shelane? It's fine to go for the casual strat in that room on your skill level. You want to consider like doing the hyper dash, the extended hyper dash. Do you go for the... It was a nice idea, but the problem was not... I think the problem was not your timing. The problem was you were in the middle of the platform where it is like sort of impossible to get an extended hyper off. So just position yourself a little better. There it seems like you have no idea how to get through this room properly. Just watch what I do. I wanna get this quickly done. Like, we are 2 hours in this one run. Like, it's even boring to watch for Shelane probably. But hey, it's my first time coaching somebody. You had the right idea, but I don't know why it didn't work, to be honest. Good, solid. Don't dash jump there. And don't go for the diagonal. Like, until you know 100% how it works. The diagonal saves like, what, 1 second? You can go on top of the cavern block and just do like do a crouch dash. You wanna skip the second bumper. Do you know how to skip the second bumper? Do you know how to get boosted off the bumpers a lot more? Tell me. Okay, it just seems like that you have no idea of the layout of that room. Okay, I will show you how to skip that second bumper. But yeah, besides the factor that you were just a little slow and you died a bunch of times here and there, it's like not too bad. Like, I think you just need to run more, honestly. I also still take bottom route, dude. We are not yet in 2019, though. So how do you do this room? Good. Okay, that can be risky. I recommend you going for the checkpoint. Oh, you go. Okay. You go for the checkpoint like this. You can also go over it. Like, not falling into the second hole. That's also very doable. Your swimming is not the greatest, but it's fine. So far the only thing I need to show you is how to use the bumpers. It's fine that you're not going for the battle and boost though. You're 2 minutes behind me. Nah, 1:30. Which is not too bad. It seems like you learned your battle in section. I'm really proud of you so far. Okay, it was just the first room. Probably was a misinput. Did you do there a dash jump? You can do there also a hyper dash, a short hopped hyper dash. It just needs to be a little precise with your jumping like length. There you wait, it's beautiful. Like, you're doing really good. There's nothing I can say about that battle in section so far. There you might want to go for an extended dash and go directly upwards. But that's probably due to the fact that you're not confident into going for extended hypers yet. You go even for that, that's beautiful. Okay, I will show you an easy way to go for that in that room, but that was like technically fine. Your battle in section is really good. There's nothing I can complain about. Your battle in section is better than mine when I was at that time. Like a lot. Ooh, okay, that was pretty close. You probably want to dash there twice, not just once. I will just show you how I do it. Like, you walked casually over you walked and jumped casually over the first, like, set of spikes, which you can dash through too. But as long as you get it every time, like, how often do you get the laser skip? You're doing really good. In the battle section though. Oh, you waited there. I love it. That you wait, like that you adapt to the fact that you're not confident with extended hypers. Okay. Like, the fact that you don't know how to extend it to use extended hypers makes you change up some of these threads in a very interesting way. But holy fuck, it's working out for you, and your battle, like your reflection is really good. I think when I was sitting at a 53 or something, my reflections were still over 10 minutes by quite a lot. I truly believe that my reflections were super terrible back then. That was, there's nothing to complain really about. I will show you how to skip the second bumper. And yeah, then you just need to learn your extended hyper threads in the battle and fight and need to use them, and that's all I can say about that reflection. And then just naturally getting faster. But sub 9 for your time is really good. Like, reflection is by far your best chapter. That reflection was really good. It was brilliant. I'm honest with you. That reflection was really good for your skill level. The reflection was amazing. It was beautiful to watch. Like, you can be proud about your reflection though. How often did you die? I didn't watch. How often did you die? Like, I didn't hear the death sound that often. You died 11 times, that's good. Like, once you die, don't die anymore, and once you know how to extended hyper every time, and use that in your battling section, then you are good to go. What I recommend you, I will show you how to do, like, pre-battling was not so great, but it was alright. But battling, I believe you were only like maybe a minute or half a minute slower than mine. Yeah, the Summit, I can believe that Summit was hard for you. Like, Summit is a chapter every new runner has so many problems with. So I will just show you simple ways to go through pre-battling, and that's what you need to learn. That's like the only thing you need to learn. Like, your battling was looking great, dude. For your skill, your battling was great. So here, dash, jump, dash up. That's the fastest way to get to that feather. Then go tight around these corners so you get up here. Like, that's like the thing you technically tried but you were not getting. And here you just like don't want to go, you don't want to miss one of these feathers in the middle. Then dashing here consistently through the water. You were doing great for that. You can, like, that's the thing I saw you were doing. Not. You can already push that block on that point because you can jump off the block and you still get the momentum of it. Yeah, Less Than Perfect is just a pro, so don't listen to him. Here you can do a dash jump if you want to. And here just wall dash. Dash upwards. You are doing great. Here you can also, if you're not confident into doing an hyper dash off of that cavern block. Oh fuck. You can also like just jump and dash forward, or dash diagonal, better said. That's what I did in the past. But you might want to learn like just hyper dash. Oh, come on. A professional speedrunner on his work. So yeah. Here you were doing fantastic in this room. Like, just don't die. Don't die in these early rooms and you're doing fantastic. Sometimes you want to dash into that feather, but that's something you might know already. Here you want to do a wall bounce optimally, but it's not needed, and work on your neutral jumps if it's needed. Here you were doing fantastic. Like, that's like the most easiest room on your level. Yeah, that's something I like to do. Test around with it, like hyper dashing off that cavern block to get to that feather. If that's not the thing you wanna do, just jump off the cavern block and hyper into that feather. Normally. Like, I don't know. You jump off cavern, you get like to this platform, and then do, I don't know, hyper dash here, dash forward, and you're fine. Here, refresh your dash. It's like very simple, but you don't need to learn it really. Like, you can just do it the normal way. like just like this, and then jump. Like, it's totally fine. Here you wanna hyperdash from here or from this room, but yeah, you wanna technically I recommend you to hyperdash from here and then just bunny hop, climb up. Here you can go for this strategy if you wanna get to a better point. You can just do hyperdash, dash upwards. On death cycle, you need to do your second dash a lot earlier. But you're totally fine if you go for this. But yeah, because the thing is, you normally want to hyperdash from back here, but on death, like when you die, you spawn like here, like let's show. You spawn here, so you need to do the second dash a lot earlier. Here I recommend you to do an like hyperdash, extended hyperdash from here and then dash forward. If that's not the thing you wanna do, you can just like do a short you can like, I don't know, casually walk down here, dash jump into that bumper, or just do the farthest hyperdash you can do, like, I don't know. Okay, but yeah, work on your extended hypers, like, it's like the most obvious choice. Just work on it, you get here, you're fine. Here, do the double extended hyper strat. The only time you failed it was because you were standing here, which it's sort of impossible to get an extended hyper off from. You just want to stay on this, the farthest left. Dash forward. Here, this is the room where you died once, too, and lost a few seconds. Just do a hyper dash, bunny hop, dash forward, like this. If you die in this room, then you will spawn here, and you can't get an extended hyper anymore. Just do the full hop hyper, and you will like get there where I got, or like even further. You see, like just work on your hypers a little bit, but that's something you will master. And then I don't know, dash, dash, dash upwards. Here in this room, there are multiple strats. I don't know which one is easier. You can go for this. Oh. Extended hyper up here. You can also go for this. Extended hyper dash bumper. Like, there are multiple ways. Here, you already know the fact that when you dash like from far away into a brick wall, you get your dash back. So that's exactly what you need to do here. I like to dash jump here. Here you were doing fantastic too. Then you can go with the feather for the diagonal, but if you die, don't go for the diagonal. It's not really worth it, and it's like sort of tight to go for the diagonal, in my opinion. In this room, you get rid of the cabin block. You can just like do a crouch dash, like holding down and right, dash and dash. You need to do it like from, like if you do it like from here, you still get your dash back. So you will never get not your dash back. So just do a crouch dash, a second dash. So here's the room. I need to explain you something. So when you dash or when you get bumped away by a bumper, I can't do it if I jump into a bumper. But what I do, like what you need to know, is when you get bumped away by a bumper and you are holding away, like in that case, if I dash now into the bumper and hold immediately right, he will bump me further away. What will happen then is this. So you can skip the second bumper. So like, I don't know, when you die, dash forward once, or just walk forward, get to this point, dash into the bumper and hold away immediately. And then just get the timing done correctly so you get to this bumper. And you can technically do this with every bumper, but it's just needed on the first one. And that's how you save a lot of time in this very simple room. But this can also happen, so you need to figure out when to dash upwards. It can be a little tricky, but I'm pretty sure you will get the hang of it. Like, you see how bad I am right now. If you not get it, adapt to it. Like, it's not that much of a time loss, but just that you know. It's looking really cool. And here, just know the layout and like just dash. Like just, you don't need to go crazy ways with your feather. Just follow the track I'm going. Oh, that shouldn't happen. That should never happen. You should never die because you missed a feather. Like I was just not paying attention to it. Here there are multiple ways, like I was not adapting correctly to the cycle. That's something I can't really teach. You just need to learn when the bumpers are where on death and transition cycle. And that's all you want to know. For the like developer skip room, I don't know which is faster, but I was doing that. Like I was going through here and then I dashed up here, and that's how I got to this checkpoint. You might want to consider this. And besides that, like you can learn battle and boost, but that's something I will teach you once you ask me about it. But besides that, your battle, like your reflection was really good. You just need to work on not dying, on extended hyper strats in battle and fight and pre-battle in, and just work a little bit on your pre-battle in, and you will do fantastic. But you don't really need to work that much more on your reflection right now. Your reflection is really good. What are you talking? Oh, no, what are you talking about? Lesson. Perfect. Okay, so let's continue with your summit. By the way, this is really exhausting what I'm doing here right now. Talking that much. I never talked that much in my life. You saw your problem there. You need to, if you do it from... If you do the hyper from this room, you need to do the extended hyper and then a tiny jump. What you did the first time was a full jump, and it was not even extended. So yeah, there you did it perfectly. You can go there for a wall bounce, but that was also fine. There was the possibility of a wall bounce. You wanna go under it? Like you wanna use their... You wanna get into that room with a hyper? Okay. So yeah, technically that was actually fine, what you were doing. I will just get to the point. Like, one thing you could do is when you spawn, you do a hyper off here, extended, but like you don't need to do it for now at least. Here you can also do an extended hyper and then dash twice upwards. Here, like you were doing fantastic. Oh, Cook, look how I'm not getting it every time. Here you can go for a wall bounce, but you don't need to. It's fine that you're not going for that trick I'm going for, like that you just do this. Like that's totally fine. Here, if you get to that spring, don't be too shy to use both of your dashes. And yeah, the only thing I just realized right now is the fact that your movement is not as smooth as mine. That's like the reason why you're slower than me. And for the next room, you wanna start a hyper off here, and then you wanna go under it, and that's technically like the only thing I can think about you were doing wrong. If you feel uncomfortable for those like sort of tight dashes towards the end, you can also like just go for 2 diagonal dashes here and 2 diagonal dashes here. It's just like the more you are in the air, the more time you lose. So I will show you, I showed you once the optimal way and once like the I'm not so good at this game, so I don't want to die way. And here, like, yeah, there's not that much you can do wrong in this room. Just try to use your dashes, because dashes are a good way to save time. Okay. You were going for the wall bounce, but you said, nope, I'm not going for it. Just don't die on the casual strat. Oh yeah, you really want to go for that wall bounce. Yeah, that's just something you need to practice then. Yo, did you die twice the same way? Okay, that was a little unfortunate. Either learn the wall bounce, which takes a little bit of time, or like don't die on the casual strat. Like, you did twice there a diagonal dash, that's why you died on the casual strat, I guess. Like you did here a diagonal dash, you could have just dashed upwards and you would have been fine. Because you have 2 dashes. Like, yeah, there you got it. So just dash upwards and not diagonal anymore. Like, it's not optimal, but it's, like, strat-wise fine. Your movement just needs to get a little bit more crisp, and once you don't die that often, and you get to a point where you feel like with your current strats you can't improve anymore, then you need to learn like a little bit more optimal things. But strat-wise, you are technically really good so far through this entire run, I need to say. You just need to work on the things I told you. That's fine. Then you go for that. I went for that also for a pretty long time. That's unfortunate. You didn't get this safe. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you might want to look into this thread I'm using there. That's also totally fine. Using the zipper, like the wall bounce or the backup thread I use there is like a little hard for a beginner. Okay, that was not optimal at all. But the more I think about it, that was also not optimal in the beginning. So that's just something that will come over time. You need to play the game more. Oh, don't go for a spring. Do you know what I do there in this room? Like, say yes, I know what to do, what you do in this room. If you mean that. If so, just do what I do there. Oh my god, you're going for that. If you don't go for it as the pros are going for it, just go to the spring. It's not like too bad to go for the spring. Like, that jump strat is really hard. At least I had a lot of problems with it at the beginning. Okay, then I will show you a few things in 1000 meters. But technically you're doing fine. You just don't know a strat for every room. And yeah, in this one room, go for the spring. I think now we will see a lot of fails. Maybe. Like, it's 3000 meters at 1500 meters. I see the problem, I guess. Maybe not. It seems like you know the strats for this section. But yeah, for 1500 meters, you can technically just watch what I do, because I still use very old strats. And you will be fine. Does he know the death cycle? He doesn't. Okay, in this room the death cycle is free. Like, the death cycle is literally free. This room you just want to learn what I do on transition. Till you get to sub 40, then you might want to learn something new. Like for 1500, the only thing I can say is copy and paste what I do, because I don't do that many hard things. If you have a problem with something, then tell me about it, and I will figure out something easier for you if you want to. Okay. That's not so good that you die here. Probably nerves, probably not being so confident with moving around. That will come over time. But that should not be the case at all. Like, that's so interesting about you. You die on the easy rooms a billion times, but the hard rooms you most of the times get done correctly first try. That's like insane about you. Like, a problem for you most of the times were easy rooms, never the really hard ones. So yeah, so far I will show you 1000 and 1500 meters. Your city section was technically fine, you just died in stupid ways. Okay. How will you handle the snowball room? Okay, don't go for that. Go for the extended hyper. To the bubble, like what I'm doing. Like, there where you respawn when you die. Extend hyper from there. And you will be fine. And then you dash twice forward into the bubble. I don't want to show you everything again. Because, like, I don't want to spend too much time anymore on your run. I'm sorry. Like, I should have gave myself a time limit for your run. Yeah, you need to do more full runs. Your strat wise, you're good. But you're so unconfident in movement and stuff that you don't know what to do most of the times. And that you don't know how to move properly. Like, that's like the only thing I see that's a problem for you. Like, yeah, there are strats in every room. I could just throw you better strats into your face and say learn them. But that's not your real purpose. Your real purpose is that you die in simple rooms like this, and that you so far haven't established like the best strats. Like, not established the best one. That you so far haven't like been so used to your strats. That's what I'm looking for. You are just dying in easy rooms, and you're not that familiar yet with your strategies due to the fact that you're not running that often. So just do more runs, build up that muscle memory for your strategies, and for example here start with an hyper dash. Yeah, there we go. And you will be fine through most of the things, and just watch other runners that use strats. Like, watch, I don't know, my 45 run, my 46 run, that's on SRC. Like, do you know how to watch old runs of people? Like, the one thing you could go to is to my highlight section. Like, one thing. I want to check that out real quick myself. You can go to my highlights, like on my channel. On my channel page, you can go to videos. You can go there. And when you scroll down to the bottom of it, once it loads up, which it's not currently happening. Oh wait, what? Ah, yeah. No, you can scroll down, and there is something like all videos, and you can just scroll through that shit. And there you will see like highlights of my PBs, my very old PBs. Like all videos, and then there's a button where you can say, like, I don't know, extend or something. I don't know how it's translated in English. Like watching all videos or something. And then you can scroll down, and there you see like finally sub 40. That's something you could watch. You could watch Celeste any percent in 46:51 or in 49:02. Like watch my old runs, and the reason why I recommend my old runs is because I know what was going on back then. I know which threads I was using, just so you get an idea of easy threads that you can like learn very quickly, but they will be helpful. Like if you have a room where you have no idea what to do, and you have no idea of a possible threat, just go out and watch old runs or ask me, and I will send you videos of old runs and learn from them or learn from other runs. I'm not saying you should learn only from me. Like learn also from other people is really important. Like getting multiple information like sources. But don't learn too much at once, because so besides that you might get burned out. Yo, Astra, how you doing? So yeah, approach it quickly, learn a room once at a time, and then do more runs. That's like technically all I can tell you. Like you are at a very early point, but for that, your movement is not like the most terrible one. Like my movement back then was a lot, like on my 6th run, my movement was so much more worse than this one. And I had also like a lot of problems with my strategies and stuff. And I died also a bunch. So just don't die. There you go for the spike jump. That's really good. You just have problems with it, it seems like. I think the bigger problem was you were not pressing jump fast enough sometimes, but I can be wrong. Just practice it every time. I said you once, like practice every day, 5 minutes of it, and you will get it. Yeah, don't learn too many strats at once, and don't learn too hard strats at once. Too hard strats at once, because you will get frustrated with that game, like I did. Okay, you go for a casual strat. Once you know, I will show you an easy strat for extended hyper if you know how about extended hypers. You don't need to go for door skip though. It's a nice 1 second time save, but imagine you wouldn't have died. You would have saved like 10 seconds compared to what you did there. So just don't go for door skip. It's not really needed for you. It's not really needed for anybody really. It's like you don't need it. You don't need it. This 1 second can be like saved anywhere else too, in a much easier way. Go for not door skip and never die on it. It's more rewarding. Honestly, besides the fact that you die in easy rooms and that you know in some rooms not a strategy, but you're doing still fine in that room, you do really good. Like, it just comes down that you die a bunch of times. And in easy rooms especially. And you know in some rooms not a strat, and then you are a little bit overwhelmed. And I think there's probably not that much to talk about anymore. I will show you a little bit of 2500 and of 1000 and 1500. And there we go then, I guess. Then we start with Granby, hopefully. After a quick break, I don't know. I need to go to the toilet though. I need to get something new to drink. Yeah, but Shelane has not an easy option to demo dash, guys. Shelane uses Switch version. And I know how hard Switch version demo dashes might be. Like, we can't just press a button and say, hey, we have a demo dash now. Like, those skip might be free, but as long as he's not getting it 100%, he doesn't need to do it. He should better focus on not dying. Okay, there we just saw another example for you being unconfident and moving around in this game, but that's okay. Like, you're new. Okay, there it seems like you just don't know how to do it. But now you know how to do it. Will he die on this flag? That's like the important question. He not. That's good. Don't die on flag 13. You will hate yourself. Mustaches all the time. But hey, everybody has mustaches sometimes. I do have them too. That was unfortunate. The thing about Summit is, most of the times, it's like, what you have to do casually, skip that flag once you feel confident. It's not that bad of a deal. But I haven't skipped it till sub 45 probably. Because I was scared. But nowadays I would say skip it all the time. Aww. Okay, that was unfortunate. We will probably do it a lot better now. That was just like not so good. Okay, your feather movement needs some improvement. But that will also come over time. I never really practiced feather movement. I just became naturally good at it because of the fact that I played a bunch of times. There you can do climbing jumps, like 1 or 2 on each side, in order to be a little bit faster. Like, that's something I see on a lot of new players. I also saw it when I was watching my first few runs, that people don't like use jumps, like climbing jumps, that often. Most of the times they just like climb up casually. So flag 2 can be a bitch. And it just seems like that you don't have an idea how to get around flag 2 confidently. And that's fine. Like, I've died to flag 2 so many times. So many runs have died to flag 2, which that was a dark age of our grind to the top. So yeah, that's also something you will figure out. Like, I never really practiced flag 2, but after a while I figured out, oh, I can just do this and that. So your summit was actually not too bad. You just like were moving slower than a more known and than a better player. That was the first problem. The second problem is you died in easy rooms a bunch of times. That was totally unnecessary. Are you showing the death count of each individual chapter? Because I don't know the deaths in chapter 7. And the other thing is, in some rooms you don't know which strategy to use, so you were just losing time on nothing. So yeah, overall that was a pretty good run actually. I said you what you need to... Yeah, it's not shown. I said what you need to work on and what you need to look at. And yeah, work on your strategies, work on your movement, like on your extended hypers. And work on the strategies in the rooms where you don't have a strategy yet. So I just recommend you, if you don't remember where you don't have a strategy, go out, play every chapter singly, or do just a full run. Or no, play every chapter singly. So play chapter 1, and in every room where you don't have a strategy, when you think about it, you just go out and figure out a strategy for yourself. And that's something like an actual decent strategy. So you go out and watch a tutorial or watch a run of a runner and copy and paste the strategy. And once you have that for every room, you go out and do runs. And you practice rooms where you have a problem with, and you do that. You are crazy, dude, by the way. Thank you. Thank you a lot. Like, that was technically not the money that you need to pay for that. Like, you already paid me so much. You don't need to do that, dude. Why? No. You are crazy, man. Every of you is crazy. I love you. Every of you is amazing. So yeah, once you have a strategy for every room, you go out and do runs. You do runs, you do non-stop runs, and never reset a run. If you reset one of these runs, you're gonna regret it. Yeah. So we have a next 8-hour stream already figured out. So don't reset, do your runs. If you fail a billion times the strategy, then you know what you need to practice next time. And you just do this, and you will be happy. And like, you will have on every room a strategy. And you will do your runs, and you will come to a point where you probably die 10 to 20 times in a run, maybe 30. And you feel like, man, that was a really good run. That day will come to you. When you have the feeling that run was really good, you played really well throughout most chapters. Then you go out and learn new strategies. And that's how you do the speedrun. Tell me in, I don't know, a month or 2 months, give me your run when you improve to that point by quite a lot. And we will analyze it again. And thank you for your support. I hope you did enjoy it. We'll make a quick break. Like, my mouth is killing me right now. He says, please stop talking, dude. But I love to talk, but my mouth is really hurting. I will grab something new to drink. Maybe I will heat a little bit of my food, eat something of it, and then we go out and analyze Granby's run. For the break, I will give you probably 5B or 6B as a music in the background. If you want that too, if that's like something fine for you. Like, we do have both.